Good afternoon. I'm just kind of playing here with my camera to get it straight. There we go. Now it looks pretty straight. I just have a lot more room on this side. Good afternoon. This is Debbie Broughton, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Robert, Missouri. If you're joining me this afternoon, if you could comment, that would be great. I'm getting it up here to where I can see all the comments. Well, I've got it closer today, my camera closer to the glass mat, so it should be a little bit easier to see. Now I just have to work on my centering it, because I have a lot of space on this side, hardly any space, which is okay. I'm just glad to be able to be online with you. So we're supposed to get up to 41 here, but I don't think it quite made it. But some of the ice is starting to melt, only to know that tonight we're supposed to get 2 to 4 more inches. So it's just snowy and cold because it's winter in Missouri, and that's what happens. So today I'm going to talk about the Storybook Friends suite. Let me find it here. Here's the first page that shows you a few things. On page 23. And then on page 24 and 25, it shows this suite has 2 stamp sets. The Storybook Garden Patch and the Storybook Friends, because the whole suite's called Storybook Moments. Then this is 6x6 plaid and 12x12 designer series paper. And then here are the dies. I'm going to show you all this in person. The only thing I didn't get this set because I wanted to see how much I liked this set first. And I didn't get the ribbon and the pearls because I have so many embellishments. So let's get started. We can get started here with the paper. So let me get it all out of its pack here. Again, if you're here and you could write a little hello, that would be great. All right. We'll save that. We'll put that back where it goes in a minute. So here are the colors that are in this paper. So many great colors. Basic beige, boho blue, Cajun craze. As you can notice, some of my cardstock doesn't have the name up there. I noticed I was missing 4 colors because I just make them up as I go with what designer paper I have. So I guess I've never had any with Cajun craze before. Calypso coral, cherry cobbler. I'm pretty sure I've had cherry cobbler, but maybe it's just missing. Crumb cake, early espresso, Lost Lagoon, misty moonlight, mossy meadow, old olive. These are some great colors. Pebbled path, pecan pie, and wild wheat. So, a whole stack of colors in this suite and in this paper. So let's start looking at this piece. You get 2 of every sheet. Now I've used some to make the cards, so I used this strip here. I will show you. It was this with the strawberries. I used it to decorate an envelope with. Listen to my dog. He's all upset. So these are like you cut them out individually. And what I've done with them, I used all of these in cards. And then the one piece of the strawberry from this one to make 10 note cards that are 3.5 by 5. And you could put them like in a little package and give them as a gift. But it was a great time just to play around with these pieces. Now I have some pieces that I went ahead and put on regular size card stock before. I saw on YouTube somebody was using the little note cards, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go with the rest with the little note cards. So this is the front of this page. This page is Mossy Meadow. This page is full of houses on this side and full of vegetables on that side. So that's fun. Here is some Lost Lagoon and boho blue. And on this side is some little furry critters. There, let's see, most of them look like squirrel. In fact, I think all of these are squirrels. All of them have those fluffy tails. I can just barely see a tail for that one. So there are some dies that will cut these out. I haven't actually gone through all my dies to see which ones will cut out the ones on the designer paper. I was busy playing with the cutouts, but there are some in, we saw that side. Okay, you have 2 pages of these, which are die cuts, laser cuts is what they call them. And I had that one. It's somewhere. It had fallen out and was in the package. Here it is. The guy with the broom, or the rake. So, he would go there. Let me get you the, this is what I did with the first sheet that was like this. I punched them all out, and I used them and put them in this container so I could just, because for me, I don't know, they kept kind of falling out and stuff. I was afraid I was going to lose some. So I put them in here, and then I will show you what I did with these. Hi, Anna. I'm glad that you're here. So back here on this first page that has all the pieces, there was this piece, and I couldn't decide what to do with it. So what I did is I cut all of these out. I was able to cut everybody out except for him with a circle or a square, and then I mounted them on copper clay cardstock. And this one I just cut out freehand, so he's very small. And what I did was on some of these cards, when we go through them, like this one, I used it as the inside for the card, just to decorate the inside. I didn't do that on all of them, just on some of them, because I had a lot of them finished when I came to this sheet. But again, you could just use this sheet as a background, or I thought that way you got more animals out of it. And you could also do the same thing if the dies don't. I'm going to put these back now before I lose them, because I know if I leave them lay here. But it has, oh, just so many cute little squirrels and mice and things. I haven't really decided what these are. Maybe they're Maybe they're big cats. I'm not for sure. There's geese. There's mice. There's squirrels. They're pretty cute. So that's that page. I'm gonna try to move it over here. Here's another page. See what I mean? They fall out, and then I'm afraid I'm gonna lose them. We have this page of animals, bunnies. These are all bunnies. So how about that? I didn't notice that before. The other sheet was all squirrels. This sheet is all bunnies. And on the back is boho blue and strawberries. And these are the same page. This side kind of goes with the other stamp set. It's gardening, flower pots, pails, rakes, little pots, watering cans, a lot of different gardening things, which is great for spring. And on the back, it's kind of this light wild wheat design, which would make great designer paper for a background. Again, I don't have these dies, so I can't tell you which dies cut these things out, but most of them look easy enough that you could just cut out on your own if you wanted to use them. Okay, so we'll move this watering pot over, or the gardening tools over. This one is vegetables, beets and pumpkins and celery and carrots and cabbage. That makes a great background for spring. And this is those houses again that you saw earlier. And on this one, oh, again, it looks like the squirrels. I didn't have them all together. This is the squirrel sheet with the boho and Lost Lagoon colors on the back. So it's just such cute paper. Mine's a little, I usually have all the ones that are the same all together, but I was going to town yesterday making cards and I was just putting it away this morning. So I didn't get it put back exactly with both sheets together. So this is our Snowbook Moments DSP. So let's just see. I need to put these back in my container. I got these little containers, and then there's a big container that they all go into, but they're great for just keeping pieces. Or cards. A card will fit in here folded. So let me move this and we'll get started with the samples. I guess maybe you'd like to see the stamp set first. But you know, I thought I had the, here's the stamp set. Here's the dies. So, this is not to size because when they make our cover be to size of the stamps, it's much easier for people to duplicate them and then try to sell them online. I got a little crooked there. I don't know if my camera just moved. I might have hit my camera. Let's see. It takes a little while for it to show that I did anything. And I did it the wrong way. Let's try that. Sorry about that. Look how much the delay is pretty much to get to my computer, to my laptop, which is sitting right here. I know I made it worse. Okay, let's see how it looks. Oh, that's much better. Okay, it only took me a few tries. So we have a bunny, a bunny, a bunny, a bunny, a hedgehog, a bunny, a squirrel, a house. Thank you very much. Hello, friend. Welcome, little one. Happy spring, Easter greetings, and some bunny loves you. This looks like it could be a garden, and this looks like it could be a rock wall. And then we have our dies. First of all, we have these 3 frames, or labels, whichever you want to call them. But they make great frames to go around, and you can make a scene inside the frame. And then these are the ones that cut out the ones on the paper. I'm going to have to go through and find out which one cuts out which bunnies or squirrels or hedgehogs on the paper. And then let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm just going to take a guess and say that all of these animals you can cut out with these die. Because there's 8 die, there's 8 animals on the front. But if I'm wrong, I will let you know. But and then I'm sure on the cutouts on the DSP, I'll go through and find those for you and let you know. I just was having too much fun making cards yesterday with this set. So I didn't finish doing all the finding what the dies cut out and stuff like that. Okay, so are you ready? We'll go through the note cards first. Like I said, there's 10 of them. This is the house paper. And I saw online where if you take the gold brushed metallic DSP and you use an alcohol wipe on it, it takes the gold off and it leaves silver. So I kind of made this look distressed around it and try to keep the very middle all gold. And then if you wanted to, you could color on there with your watercolor, I'm sorry, not your watercolor pencils, your Stampin' Blends. So this is the little house. And inside I did put one of those little characters. So that's number 1. Here's number 2 with some Lost Lagoon. This Lost Lagoon paper is from the Autumn Expressions DSP that we had. So I used that to match his little pants there. And he's catching butterflies and he's walking along the road. And there's some more butterflies back here for him to catch. Again, I put a little squirrel on the inside. And see, this way you could decorate the envelopes too because they're smaller. Okay, here is one using this piece off of that first piece in the pack with all the carrots. And I have this person with his rake, and I have some carrots over here. I have this little shovel. It's not really a shovel. I can't think of what you call it. A trowel, maybe. But, and then I punched, "You are a true blessing," and punched it out. I got that saying from Unbounded Love. And that's where I got the thinking of you for here too. And this one I didn't put a saying, but Unbounded Beauty or Unbounded Love has lots of words to cut out with it. Let me just get it. And they kind of go perfect with how, you know, these little note cards. It's Unbounded Love. I used a lot of these in there. I also used some from the stamp set. So here we have one with wild wheat. This one says, "Feel better soon." It's again from the Unbounded Love. Hi, Shar. Do you have a lot of snow in Wisconsin? because here in Missouri we're getting more snow tonight. We had mostly ice and snow over the weekend. So this is, again, I'm not sure what this is because it kind of looks too tall to be a cat, but it could be a cat. I'm not sure. And then I can match the paper to the card. This again was in the Autumn Expressions 6x6 paper. I stamped Feel Better Soon. I had a little bit of the, it's not ribbon, twine to put. I had the in colors from last year's twine, so I put some of that on there, and then some of these embellishments. Okay, here's the one where I said I used both pieces of the paper that was in the that first sheet. So I put this here with the strawberries. I put this guy swinging, and it says thinking of you. And somehow one of these jewels got off of that one, off of this one onto that one. Hi, Carol. Oh, I always think of Minnesota as having lots of snow. But Saturday we got, like, I'm not sure what the official totals were, but maybe between a fourth and a half of a glaze of ice on everything. So we still have the icicles and stuff from that. And we are getting 2 to 4 tonight, maybe. It's always, sometimes Missouri gets a really snowy winter, sometimes we don't, and I'm in southern Missouri, so it's a hit and miss down here too. Okay, here is one again with the paper from the front page where all those different pieces were together, and I just kind of put it on with some rhinestone or some pearls or gems, and I used things from the little pack of the first page. Put her hat on there with a dimensional, and she's knitting. Okay, and here we go. This, I couldn't really find anything that matched this color in the paper or in the Autumn Expressions paper that I used on the other ones. So what I did is I matched this up because he has a beet in his hand. So I decided that would go good with the vegetable piece. And it says, hello, friend. And it has some gems on there. And a little plant that matched the color. So I put that on the inside. It's just so much fun playing with these little pieces. Trying to design where you want them to be and how many accessory pieces can you put on the card with them. Here's another one. He's carrying a pot and a rake. So I put some beets out here, and then again I used the same for the envelope. And it Feels Better Soon, which is from the Unbounded Love set, and the Hello Friend is from the Storybook set. And I had some of these early espresso jewels to put on. They might be pumpkin pie, or pecan pie. And we have this one here, which says Have a Blessed Day, which is from the Unbounded Love piece, and a squirrel and some acorns laying down here for the squirrel. And then for the paper, I decided to use this paper that has the little squirrels on there, and this one has an acorn, so I kind of moved it around so I could cut that one out for the envelope with the acorn on there. Then we have one more notebook card. This is the sheet from the first page that I showed you. Happy Birthday. It's from the, this might be from Garden Meadows, I think. It's hard to keep them all tracked now that I'm looking at them, but Garden Meadow also had some small words that would work with these note cards. And so for this one, I just put, it was the next piece, you know, I cut out a strip, and this was the strip with the acorn, so I put it there. So this strip doesn't really have mice on it. It has squirrels. But it still kind of matches the idea. So this one's a boho blue one. I am really sorry that I didn't buy the plaid paper now that I'm putting these together, because it has the perfect colors to go with all these pieces of DSP in the pack. And they match so good. So I kind of had to just use what I had on hand. So I took a piece of white and put it through the swirl embossing folder. And I used my blending brush to put some boho blue in the background to match these flowers. And this is, he's carrying a basket, or she is carrying a basket of flowers. I used some more of that twine. And I had 5 of these gold embellishments left, so I decided I'm just going to use all 5. Because if I have 2 left, what am I ever going to do with them? So, and here's another regular size one. It's using the piece out of that first piece of DSP I showed you, which was pretty big, so I decided to make it into a fun fold, wishing you a beautiful birthday. Which again, I'm trying to remember where that one came from. I think it came from the Garden Meadow. I put Garden Meadow away already, but I think that's where that might have came from. Because it did not come from the Storybook set. Oh, I see I cleaned up and put away all the extra stamp sets that were sitting out for me to look at for words. But I think this one's my favorite. I just love the colors. Early Espresso and Lost Lagoon. And this one, again, is that paper from the one page. And I stamped and cut out this little bunny with the dies. And up here says, some bunny loves you. So that's from this stamp set. And I just added some little rhinestones here. Because I couldn't find any old olive or mossy meadow gems to put on. The mossy meadow background comes again from the Autumn Expressions paper. Or it might be the Thoughtful Wishes. Either or, I still have a few 6x6 pieces left of that, so I was trying to use that up. But there you go. And when I get my plaid paper in the mail, I'm going to make some more regular size cards. I just love these. I think these would be such a nice birthday set to get. You could make a little paper box for them, or a little tote, or just tie a ribbon around the stack and give them to somebody for their birthday. I think they would really enjoy that. Because I tried to make them all say something different. Some things that you might say in a card. I'm not even going to have room to put these out everywhere. And I love being able to, I think I'm going to do this more often, decorate my envelopes to match the cards. Because I always have DSP left over after it retires. So I could do something like that. Well, there you go. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, and thanks so much for joining me. You're right, Anna. They are just beautiful. And look, I didn't even really, the only stamping I did on all of them was just the words. Everything else I used the die cuts. And I did cut out some frames, you know, to put on certain ones so I could show you what the frames look like. But at first I really didn't know if I liked to use cutouts, but this set I seem to have found a good way to use them. So if you have any questions, thank you, Shar. If you have any questions, you can just leave me a comment here, or you can send me a message in Messenger. And I'm going to try, I have a few more things that were not the storybook to show you, but I'm going to save those for another day. I will just give you a little preview here. We have this new kit that's called Nature's, let me see if I get this right. Nature's Paintings Kit. So, it teaches you how to watercolor. So it comes with all these pages of flowers and leaves and different things. You get watercolor pencils, you get a water painter, and you get a little instruction booklet. But I'm going to have a video so I can show you how easy it is to watercolor. I watched some YouTube videos for some help. So stay tuned to see this video. It's so much fun to do these because I'm not very good at watercoloring, but I think that the one I did was that one sunflower, and it came out pretty nice. So look forward to that. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.